What's up, everyone? It's Chachi Power here with doing a Rocket Punch Army review, either or, with Rocket Punch or doing Rocket Punch reviews. But today we have the
Daitetsujin 17.
This is the GD-17 Chogokin figure. I believe this was right before Solo Chogokin came about, back in 1999, I believe. And yeah. This review is a little bit weird. This is my second time filming this. For you guys, it'll be the first time watching it because the other review won't be posted up for a couple of reasons. The review that I originally did for this, I did while I was very tired and while I was very upset at this figure. Now, you're probably wondering, how can you be upset at a Chogokin figure? Well, I will tell you, and you will see the part I'm talking about later on in the review. But as I pan up and down, you'll notice there's a picture of him standing right off to the left there, and then there's also a picture of him crouching over like he's got a stomach ache and about to let out a big fart. That's him in the middle of transformation into a base. All right, so I do want to show you that, but first let's just and let me stop hitting the camera here. But let's just examine the box. You guys might be familiar with the older or the very few first few Chogokin releases which had a similar box. This very well could have been in a Solo Chogokin release, except for a few things. The fact that this doesn't articulate at all, which we'll get into in just a moment, but you'll see it does carry the same visual cues as a regular Solo Chogokin release. Here you will see what it looks like when it's in base mode. Alright, and you know, it's stuff like this that I like. When you see this in the background, you'll see a bunch of stuff going on there. Alright, you'll see there's a lot of round bits. Those are actually gears. So it looks like Bandai is very, very proud of the engineering that went into this robot. However, they failed miserably. Again, another thing I'll get into later on. I was going to say something else. Oh yeah, I guess a little history. This is based off what do you call it? A tokusatsu show, live action show. Was a guy in a suit in a robot, so it's very blocky looking. They replicated it very well here, except this does not articulate like the one in the show. I think the show is from 1977, if I'm not mistaken. I probably should have checked it out, but anyway, this is the back of the box. You'll see the eyes do light up, and not only do they light up, they kind of flicker as if like you're first powering up something, and that's what I like about the way it does that, which you'll see you know, later on in the review. But you'll see right here the sequence of it transforming, again here laid out, and you'll see all the little vehicles that do come with the set. Again, a little diagram here showing all the internal bits you know, in the CAD design. Alright, so obviously very proud of the engineering. So having said way too much about the box, we are going to go ahead and open it up, check out the contents. So Daitetsujin 17 comes in this cool little styrofoam tray. It's completely styrofoam. There's no clamshells anywhere on this. And go and start by taking these little pieces out. Grab the actual robot here. Slide him out here a second. Alright. Got some nice weight, but only his feet are die cast. This is a Chogokin release, but only his feet are die cast. So visually, very nice. Alright, let me pan out a little bit here. Very nice looking figure. I will look for stuff to display next to him so you can get a sense of scale. I have an older Matchbox Voltron right here. Let's see what else I got laying about. I got a deluxe wheeljack for you Transformers collectors. And what else do I got laying around? And a guy I usually use for my Transformers scalings. MP10 Optimus Prime. So he's almost identical to MP Optimus Prime. Looking through the camera, it looks a little bit shorter Optimus Prime, but at eye level they are exactly the same. So that gives you a sense of scale. So now I'm going to begin a little bit of a rant. Alright, so I've always liked the way this figure looks. I've had a couple of chances to buy it, but it's always been expensive. Alright, so I got this on eBay. I made an offer to the guy, said it was new, blah 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 blah. Make a long story short, it's not new. Alright, so when I saw the box, it was unsealed. I said, I know I'm going to have problems because this figure is known to have problems. It's literally I can say literally that if you buy this, it will break, or it will be already broken. The reason being is it's so complicated in its engineering inside. I mean, think about it. It's got a simple transformation, but it goes in steps. So it's got all these gears and all these planetary gears and all these. It's only got one motor, which is up here, but it controls a whole gear set. It almost looks like a transmission from a radio control car, just like 3 of them smacked together, right? And not only that, but it travels down into the leg here. It's got a spring mechanism, which allows it to fold and allows it to go back up when need be. And aside from that, the arms will spin. All right. So without being able to show you the transformation, I will link to a video that does show it for somebody that has a working one. Basically, what happens, you got to have the arms this way, right? You push the button on the back, right here. Okay. Then what happens is the arms fold in and go in here. Okay, that's why it looks like he's holding his stomach and trying to take a poop on the box. And then he'll just fold down, like his knees will bend and whatever. And then when he gets to the bottom, you know, he's in his base mode. Now, I don't know at what point, I think right before everything starts, the head goes down and it hides his eyes like this, right? Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So I can't get it to do that, guys. I'm sorry. I tried to, and you'll see. Actually, let's take a look at the clip of what I filmed when I first got to try and do this for you guys. Yeah, so it's broken. I don't know what's going on with this, guys, but yeah, it was pretty much failed from the start. But what are you gonna do? So as you can see, it was a total fail. I knew it wasn't gonna work. I got a little excited because I did see some movement, but then it just stopped and took a crap. So yeah, the review is kind of half-assed because I really can't show you anything. You know, I already showed you the extent of the articulation on this guy, which is that. That's it. You don't get a turning head. You don't get arms that spin around. You don't get shoulders. You don't even really get a knee. Like, you know, I don't know. That's part of the transformation anyway. But at least I can show you the flicker effect on his eyes. So take a moment here, open this up, pop these batteries in here. And the sad thing is, this is like, I want this thing to be cool. You know what I mean? I just want it to work. It just looks so nice. And the fact that it transforms by itself, I really want it to work. Like, and it's a thing, if you read enough reviews on this guy, people end up buying it again. I think it's just knowing that it can transform. As a matter of fact, the Collection X review, the guy bought like 2 or 3 of them. You know, and even though they broke, he just kept buying them because you want to like it. You want it to work. And I think I can get it to work. But anyway, enough of that. I'll get back to that in a second. Let me just show you the gimmick. So once he comes out of the base mode, let's turn this on. All right, so he's not motorizing. If you hear motor noise, you're pretty much screwed. So he's powered up, and normally you would hit this button and it would start running around. But since I have it in a neutral position, it feels no need to run the motors unless I hit that button. But once it you know, turns into the robot, the head pops up. See that? See the way it flickers? Let's take a look at that up close. So we push this down, bring it back up. Look at that. That is beautiful. I could watch that all day and night, but I'm not going to. Let's just shut this off so you can actually see it with the lights off. All right. There you go. So it's a beautiful, beautiful gimmick. As far as the eyes are concerned, and you'll notice it kind of drops back down because this is attached to like a spring up front and a bunch of gears and whatever. And of course, they're not working. Now, my thing is to eventually be able to fix it. I did take it apart. I did get it to somewhat transform, but there's 2 pinion gears, a 10-tooth pinion gear and a 9-tooth pinion gear in the gear set. They both, one split completely in half, which I had to dig out of the gear set, and the other one is a is cracked in half, but it's, or not in half completely, it's cracked on one side, so it's got like a space in between two teeth, which of course it's not going to mesh up well with the rest. And that's one of the most important parts of the gear set, which allows the arms to turn and allows it to completely go down. So I'm in the process of looking for replacement gears, and I think it's possible. I think I found what it is. I do have to measure the shaft on the motor. If I'm able to get that done, I will be able to fix this hopefully for good. As long as I don't break anything else. And another thing, if you guys do decide, you know what, I'm going to do a video in case you guys do decide to buy this. Once you know how to fix it, I will make a review of the taking apart process and putting it back together. As long as it works, as long as the gears work. And I actually did get it working last night. Just there's some of the motor bits or some of the gear bits are skipping. So I got to figure that out. But if I find the pinion, it should be a-okay. Oh, and I almost forgot to show you guys the little vehicles it comes with. It comes with little PVC vehicles here. Right? I'm not going to take them out right now because I probably will end up returning this if I can't get it fixed. So there you go. You got one vehicle there with the tank treads. You got this one here. All right. There you go. This version here with the wings and a little propeller there, and then this jet version here. All right, and he is a Chogokin, but I do want to say something right off the bat, or not off the bat. We're almost at the end of the bat, but only this right here is metal. All right, so the casing for the batteries is metal. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else is metal. This does open, so you can put the ships in there like that. You can lay the ships right in there. Both of them open. You get the idea. And that's it. Everything else is plastic. Just some components are crappy plastic. And I'm not talking about the outside of the robot. I'm talking about the gear set. So having said that, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up now. I think this review has been long enough for something that doesn't work. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Especially if you've owned this and have fixed it, please get in touch with me. And another thing to watch out for is the wires. That's another thing I messed up. So if you guys know how to do the wiring on it, please let me know. And until next time, guys, bye-bye.